Alright, so let's see how the Mustang does in the snow. I cleaned up all the snow. We got a little bit of a storm. Not too bad, but I cleaned it up. Took a while. Just started up to get the car a little bit, warmed up. I'll post a picture of how bad it was here. That's, for most areas it may not be much of a snow, but for here it is a lot. So, try to clean the snow a little bit up. I was actually away too, so I haven't started the car in almost more than a week. I think this would need to be cleaned up. There is a good bit of snow over there. It's really icy. And I need to clean this up too. The wheels are kind of, snowed in. But today we're gonna go ahead and take it out for a spin, see how the car does in the snow. As most of you know, this is my daily driver, so I daily drive it. Of course, when it's really icy and snowy conditions, I won't, but I'm curious to see. So let's go ahead and we're gonna hop in the car. Whew, it is cold. All right, I have a feeling that I may be stuck. Won't be able to get out, but I just want to try it out. Nothing too extreme. So of course, if you have steep driveway, you're pretty much out of luck, because with the rear wheel drive, unless you have winter tires or snow tires, I have all season tires right now, you won't really be able to climb that. So benefit of here is the roads are pretty much clear. Driveway is going to be an issue. So let's see if I can actually even pull the car out. Oops. And then we're going to go ahead and take it out for a spin just to see how she does. Alright, so let's get the exhaust in truck mode. Haven't heard the car in a while, so she sounds good. But what we're going to do, actually, we're going to go ahead and put snow in slippery mode or snow in wet mode to try to help with that as much. Oh, the exhaust needs to be tracked. Car is just warming up. The RPMs are dropping, so let's give it a shot. I don't have my GoPro on me, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to take it out. I don't want to be driving with one hand, especially in these icy conditions, because we've got a car in front of us. That would be the last thing I want, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, so got the camera set up here. Phone might fall, but let's go ahead and put it in drive. It's going. It's going. Not getting stuck, so that's good. Oh, we got out of the driveway just fine. I think the thing is, man, I've been driving an SUV for a week. This car feels so low right now. But I do like it. Oh, so we're out of the driveway just fine, and the car seems to be doing okay. The reason I want to make this video, a lot of people, especially if you have a GT or EcoBoost, you want to daily drive this car. And I encourage, even if I had a Shelby, I would daily drive it, because these cars are meant to be daily driven. But of course, if you live in a place where you get a lot of snow, that can get a little bit tricky in terms of being able to drive with the snow. Thankfully, where I live, we get maybe a couple inches of snow here and there. This storm was pretty bad. We got 6 to 8 inches of snow. It cleared up a little bit, but of course it's nothing like where you just don't get any snow. So we do get some snow here. Of course, if you live in Florida or something like that, you can daily drive it year round. For me personally, Mustang GTs are a dime a dozen. You can find them everywhere. They're nothing special. Special to me, but they're nothing special. You can daily drive them. Of course, you're gonna have to exercise some caution. So in my case, I've got basically lowered car, so the clearance is gonna be an issue. So I daily drive it year round, but the clearance can be an issue. So if you're trying to drive somewhere where you have snow piled up, even if you're not lowered, these cars from factory in general are just lowered, right? So you're gonna run into clearance issues. That's gonna be your biggest problem. In terms of tires, I run all season right now. I've always had all season tires. If you have summer tires, forget it. You're not even supposed to be driving them below 40. But if you don't have summer tires, you have all season tires, clearance is not an issue, then you might be able to make do without a problem. Like if the snow clearance is not an issue for you, your home is not where it's a steep driveway, I think you should be okay. Of course, if you get a lot of snow, if you can get winter tires, that would be the best thing, right? If you can get winter tires, you're gonna basically be able to drive it wherever you want it to be. I've had, before this 2019 Mustang GT, I had a 2006 Mustang GT that I also daily drove in whatever conditions. So for me, I'm used to it. Of course, you have to exercise caution. In the end, it's a powerful rear-wheel drive car, which means you're gonna potentially run into issues with sliding. And one advice I can give you, if you cannot afford winter tires, but you just have all-season tires, what you can do is you can put some sandbags. I know it sounds really weird, but you can put some sandbags and actually be able to drive with the sandbags in the trunk, basically. So what that does is it adds more weight to the rear of the car. So even if you do come across, you know, not black ice, but if you come across snow, you're spinning, it's gonna help put the weight down the rear end of the Mustang. So that's gonna help with that. So that's what I recommend. I have been daily driving the Mustangs only because we also don't get extreme weather. Again, if you get extreme weather, then of course Mustang is just not going to work. You just know you need all-wheel drive or 4x4. Even if you get snow tires, clearance is always going to be an issue with this car. Even if it's stock, these cars are no longer the S197 Mustang that had like huge gap and weren't like that much lower from the factory. The fitment on stock Mustang is actually pretty good compared to S197 Mustang. So you're always just going to run into that issue where you're going to not have proper clearance. So even if you have the best snow tires like Blizzaks, and I think Michelin also had the X-Ice ones, they will get you around, but the snow clearance is going to be an issue. So me personally, like I said, I have been daily driving Mustangs for a long period of time, and because of the weather we get, which is nothing extreme, you will get, you know, a couple inches of snow, maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow, and I run all-season tires. So for me personally, it does the job just fine with the all-season tires. So yeah, can you daily drive a Mustang GT or Mustang EcoBoost? I think yes. It depends again on your circumstance, where you live, what kind of, you know, roads you deal with, and how much snow you really get. But if you're getting, you know, average snow like 2-3 inches, 4-5 inches, which is not like, you know, concerning, I think you're gonna be fine. These cars handle just fine. What you can do if you want to be extremely safe, you can get the winter tires or the snow tires to help with that if you're going to be stuck in those situations. If you don't want to spend money on the tires, the alternative option is also to be putting some sandbags. I think when I did that, I put like 3 bags of 50 pounds each, so I had 150 pounds on the rear axle of the car. So that helps not slide. Of course, the car isn't fun to drive when you've got that much weight in the back, but it prevents you from being the Mustang meme. So those two are the main things. And of course, you're going to have to look into the clearance. So obviously, these cars are coupes. They're kind of lowered from compared to like an SUV or even a sedan. So you're going to run into clearance issues. So even if you've got the best tires, if you live in somewhere where you get tons of snow, you're going to deal with issues where you're not able to kind of get out of the hole, or you're getting stuck because there's just so much snow, it's not able to kind of go underneath the car. So that's where you're going to run into issues with this. Otherwise, if you've got mild snow, you're easily able to kind of take your all-season tires, definitely not in summer tires. You can take all-season tires, better yet, invest some money into the winter tires and be able to drive it without a problem. Again, you have to be careful. These are powerful cars. Even if you've got EcoBoost, 300 horsepower is plenty of horsepower in a rear-wheel drive car. So if you're going to be daily driving a Mustang GT or EcoBoost, you just have to be careful with the throttle. It's not an on and off switch. You have to be careful in terms of how you kind of modulate the throttle a little bit. And of course, exercise caution. Don't make sudden maneuvers. But yeah, so that's all I've got for today in terms of can you daily drive your Mustang? The answer is that it kind of depends. I personally say you can easily daily drive the Mustang without a problem. Unless you get tons of snow, then obviously you won't even get the clearance to be able to drive it. But if you get mild snow, you should be fine. Just exercise caution, get some good tires. If you can't afford tires or you don't want to have another set of tires, then just get some sandbags to at least have some weight on the rear of the Mustang. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment below, do you daily drive your Mustang in the snow? And of course, subscribe to Red 50 for more videos.